What is going on today, guys? Stix10 here, and today we are taking a look at the Timeless Cup in Pokemon Go PvP. First up, these are some of our first battles. We're going up against the Nut 93. So we've got our Charizard here is our starter. So you're gonna pick one starter. You have to have one starter on your team from Gen 1 through 4, and you have to have one and only one. So you can only pick one of them. I think that is going to give a good dynamic to teams. I think your choices are one of the grass starters. You could also go with Charizard Blaziken. Or you can also go with some of the Water Boys, Blastoise, Swampert, I think are some good options there. So that gives it some good dynamics, and then build a team around those. So your other 5 kind of want to complement those. You can see the Nut 93 went with Blaziken, which I think is a pretty solid option. Gives you that fighting. Now this is a restricted meta. There's certain types that are off limits. Flying, Steel, I think, are off limits, and fighting. But the good thing is those starters can just ignore those restrictions and go. So here we go. We've got Victory Bell versus this Lapras here. Gonna be a close match here. And unfortunately, I only have Leaf Tornado. So definitely wouldn't have mattered a whole lot there. If I got the debuff, it would have helped. You can see simultaneous knockout on our first match. GG there. I'm already liking this meta a lot more than Ferocious. Definitely feels a lot more open, a lot more options here. Kind of actually be able to team build and not just have everybody have pretty much the same basic team. So you can see I started here with our Mud Boy. We've got Wish Cash again is available in a meta. I love Wish Cash. This one is very much optimized for PvP. And you can see, I think it is actually one of a pretty good Mud Boy. I like it, this meta, because it can get off quick damage. Very, very quick to get to those Mud Bombs with the Mud Shot. You can see we've tanked quite a bit of that. And we bring in our Kingdra. I'm liking Kingdra so far with Dragon Breath. And then right now mine doesn't have the right movesets on it. But we are going to make... I think I've got a better Horsey I'm going to evolve up. And so we'll get to that in a later video whenever I build a more optimized one. I'm not sure if it's going to stay on my team or if I'm going to go with Dragonair. I know a lot of people are going with Dragonair. You can see I get knocked out there by the Dragonair. He has Return Dragonair, so probably Aquatail Return. Charizard comes in, gets a little bit of energy. Blaziken comes in. I'm at an okay. I've got Pokemon advantage, and we're tied in shields. And these Dragon Claws are going to get off quite quickly. This is probably a Blaze Kick. I do block it though. And let's see what he's doing here. We're going to get another Dragon Claw off. And then I think I've got Wish Cash in the back still. So we actually swapped to Wish Cash. We're able to get off another Mud Bomb, and that's going to seal the deal for us. So we get a victory in the second match. Definitely a lot of fun battles, though. A lot better matchups here so far. We'll see how the meta kind of settles. Right now, people are just testing out a bunch of things. So what I've got on my team right now is definitely not going to be what I have later on. We've got Wish Cash for our ground. Also has Blizzard, of course. I'm liking it so far. And then we also have, you saw Kingdra. Charizard is our starter. And then we have a Grassmon, which is actually Victory Bell right now. Not optimized yet. So we've got to get that one fixed a little bit, give it some better moves. Razor Leaf does pretty much everything you want it to do. I think Gloom might be another option you could look at. And if you don't have a Venusaur with Frenzy Plant, I think it's best to go with a different starter group then. I think Venusaur, Frenzy Plant. You could go with Meganium too, with that Frenzy Plant Earthquake combo is interesting. You don't have that poison typing, which I do feel helps in this. So here we go. We get knocked out fairly quickly there with that Blaziken. Charizard comes in. He's got shield advantage. So it's not looking great for us. We get Dragon Claws off here. We're going to be able to get those shields, but the problem is he's probably going to bait this shield out. Like, it's probably a blaze kick, but I have to block it because it's going to do quite a chunk. And it could have been a blast burn. So we're pretty close, but that blast burn is going to finish me off. Unfortunately, he still had a shield remaining, so GG's winning that set. Or I guess technically, I don't know. I guess we tied because we tied the first match and then we each won. So we'll figure that out later in the meta. So here we go. Our Wish Cache versus Shelgon. Shelgon's an interesting choice in this meta, and we're going up against Indigo here. Definitely a very good trainer. And you can see we're going to go for this Blizzard. I don't know if that was the right call. 2 shields he had, so we do get the shield. We could have just went for a Mud Bomb there, fake the Blizzard, go for the Mud Bomb, and then maybe get it again. We do get knocked out. You can see we did quite a bit. And then we're going to shield up this Twister. I'm actually not sure how much that would do. It would be super effective. Twister's not like a great move, and I think Shelgon's probably not like the highest here. And the great thing about the dragon types is they're going to resist your elemental moves, and that's one of the reasons why they're so high up on the list if you look at rankings. But then again, you can also see that Kingdra, like one of its flaws, it's going to be weak to it's going to get neutral damage from a Venusaur. So let's see, we're going with, so here's our Beedrill. I do like Beedrill in this cup. It gets quick damage, but it is going to be weak to your fire types. I think you are going to want a fire type some sort on your team, whether it's a starter or there's a couple other options for your fire Pokemon, but I definitely think you're going to want to have one on your team to deal with grass bug types that are out there. We do win that first match there against Indigo, and so we're going to lead with our Charizard into the Shelgon. Let's see, I'm just going to go straight Shadow Claw here because obviously our fire type moves are going to be resisted, and you can see that Dragon Breath is doing a ton to my Charizard. So we're not in a good situation here. He does not block that first one. He can tank one. This next one will knock him out if he decides not to shield. We shield up the Twister and then swap immediately to Mudkip. He swaps into Venusaur, and we're going to go... Oh, we didn't quite get to the Blizzard, but we didn't have quite enough energy lead there. So... definitely in a bad position now, that Venusaur. We could have shielded up, but I didn't want to use my last shield on that. I'm going to use it on Charizard here because I can. I should be able to just farm down this Venusaur and have a ton of energy going in. See, he has shield advantage by 2, and his Pokemon advantage is pretty good as well. Actually, we're pretty even in Pokemon. So you can see Shelgon came in. We're going to knock it out. Lapras comes in, and here I hit the Dragon Claw, and what I probably should do after this is go for the Blast Burn, but instead I decide to go for another Dragon Claw, which is going to chip away but not do a whole lot, and we go fall, and then Beedrill comes in. Beedrill doesn't stand much of a chance here. Let's see what he throws at me. It's going to be Ice Beam, so you can see that chunks a good amount away. And right now my ice user is Piloswine, so we'll see if we'll see in the next match how that does. I'm interested. Piloswine just has a lot of weaknesses in this cup, so I don't think it's going to be that great. I just wanted to test it out, honestly, and see what I could do. So we do lose that match. We do have a positive matchup here against Shelgon. Avalanche is going to hit pretty hard if he decides to not block it, and you can see it knocks it out. One hit KO there on that Shelgon, and so in comes Drapion with the Ice Fang. You can see those animations, man, they look good. And then we get the Avalanche off again, switches. Oh, and man, that was a good switch there. Get me down, and then we're gonna have to use a shield. I don't know if I really needed to use a shield, honestly. I think I would have resisted that one, right? I don't think I had to use a shield. But that's okay. We had 2 available. And that does knock him out. Attack incoming from Drapion. It's an Aqua Tail. I can survive this no problem. So we're going to try to get off another attack here. With another X Scissor coming in. We missed a few bubbles there. I don't think it's going to matter. No, we actually get another X Scissor off. And then, let's see. He uses last shield and we switch into our... And that's going to end that match. We can take this no problem. We shielded up. GG's there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this first look at the Timeless meta and some of its picks. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think below. And as always, guys, keep on battling.